Chandamama Ramayanam, Part 32. Even after leaping a distance of 100 yojanas, Hanuman did not feel any exhaustion. At the very last, he did not even breathe heavily. Therefore, he thought, I can leap any number of hundreds of yojanas. Is crossing this sea such a great task? He began walking towards the city of Lanka through grassy lands and forests containing small and large hills. Around the city of Lanka, there were many varieties of trees such as pine, buttercup, dates, lemon, sambac, jasmine, scrupine bushes, and seven-leaved banana plants. There were beautiful gardens. Around the city were golden ramparts and moats. Fearsome Rakshasas stood guard, armed with weapons so that no one could enter. With countless battlements, flagstaffs, and shining houses, the magnificent city of Lanka, being situated at a great height, truly appeared as if it belonged to the celestial world. Observing the city of Lanka, its defenses, and the demon guards, a thought occurred to Hanuman. How would the Vanaras cross the sea and reach this Lanka? Among the Vanara heroes capable of leaping the 100 yojana sea, there were only Angada, Nila, and Sugriv besides Hanuman. What about the rest? Hanuman wondered whether even the mighty Rama could come here and conquer Lanka. Thinking that he could consider these doubts after seeing Sita, Hanuman assumed a small form to enter Lanka. If the body were too small, he could not move quickly. If it were too large, it would attract everyone's attention. Therefore, keeping his body at a proportion that was suitable in all ways, he moved forward. He felt that it would be better to steal into Lanka and search for Sita during the night. Therefore, after sunset, with a body the size of a cat, leaping on all fours like a monkey, he entered Lanka. The city of Lanka appeared wonderful to Hanuman. There were mansions with pillars of silver and gold, and decorations of crystal gems. Everywhere he looked, he saw adornments fashioned with jewels and pearls. Hanuman thought, Aha, how shall the Vanaras conquer this city? Suddenly, a fearsome and grotesque form manifested before Hanuman and, shouting with a loud voice, said, Who are you? Why have you come here? If you do not tell the truth, I shall take your life. Hanuman asked that form, I shall tell you my story, but who are you? What are you doing at this city gate with such hideous eyes? Lanka replied, I am the servant of this city of Lanka. I am protecting this city. You cannot set foot in the city without defeating me. You shall certainly die at my hands. Hanuman said, It is nothing else. I felt a desire to see this beautiful city of Lanka with its battlements and ramparts. I shall see the whole city and leave just as I came. I shall do nothing else. Hearing those words, Lanka struck Hanuman hard with her palm. Hanuman let out a single cry, clenched his left fist, and struck Lanka once. Since he had no intention of killing her, he did not strike with full force. Yet, with that single blow, Lanka fell to the ground, her limbs flailing. Lanka offered a salutation to Hanuman and said, O King of Vanaras, you are of great strength. Do not show your power upon me, protect me. I have been defeated. Brahma once said that some Vanara would come and conquer me, and with that, misfortune would befall the demons. That time has now arrived. Henceforth, evil is certain for the demons. By carrying away Sita, Ravana has brought destruction to all the demons. You may enter the city and do as you wish. See Sita as well. Having thus conquered Lanka, Hanuman climbed the rampart, descended into the city of Lanka, and entered the city placing his left foot first. As he walked along the royal path, he heard the sounds of musical instruments and laughter. All the houses were decorated beautifully with colorful flower garlands and diverse hues. Drunken women were singing melodiously in the three musical registers, reminiscent of Gandharv women. Hanuman heard the sounds of anklets and other ornaments made by the demon women as they moved here and there and climbed the stairs of the mansions. In some houses, mantras were being chanted. In one place, the demon army was seen stationed. By the time Hanuman reached the fortress where Ravana and other prominent demons resided, it was late. Inside, there were golden houses and ramparts coated in gold and decorated with pearls. Fearsome Rakshasas stood guard, armed with weapons. Without anyone's knowledge, Hanuman entered the inner city. In every single house, there were chariots, elephants, horses, and thrones. Everywhere he looked, he saw demon men and women in a state of stupor, having eaten and drunk excessively. Courageously inspecting every house and garden, he searched the homes of demon leaders such as Prahasta, Mahapashva, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishan, Mahodra, Virupaksha, Vidyumali, Vajradamshtra, Shuka, Sarana, Indrajit, Jambumali, Rashmiketu, Vajrakaya, Dhumraksha, Vidyudrupa, Vighana, Shukanana, Yuddhomatta, Dhwajagriva, Brahmakarna, Indrajeva, Karala, and others, and finally entered the house of Ravana. In the courtyard of that house, he saw colorful horses, elephants like Airavata, and guards wearing excellent golden ornaments. In that house, there were separate wine cottages, picture galleries, and pleasure houses. Jewels were shining everywhere. In that house, the beds, seats, vessels, and everything were made of gold. Everywhere he saw flower garlands, fragrant lamps, and incense. There was no place in the world more beautiful than that residence built by Vishwakarma. There, Hanuman also saw the Pushpaka Vimana. After looking at the extraordinary Pushpaka Vimana in detail, Hanuman went to the bedchamber of Ravana. Midnight had passed, everyone was asleep. There, Hanuman saw 1,000 women. Many of them were lying haphazardly. Some still held musical instruments in their hands. Among them, many were beautiful. All of them were the wives of Ravana. Among them were the women of sages, gods, Gandharvas, and demons. But not a single one had been brought by force. Everyone had love for him. Ravana was sleeping on one side of the couch. Having applied red sandalwood to his black body, and wearing clothes with golden decorations, he resembled Mount Mandara. Hanuman, approaching Ravana, moved back as if afraid, climbed the nearby stairs, and examined Ravana from there. While looking to see if Sita was among the sleeping women, his eyes fell upon Mandodari, who was lying beside Ravana. Seeing her, he thought she was Sita and rejoiced for a moment, but in the next moment, he fell into doubt. Would Sita, separated from Rama, have sleep, food, ornaments, or drink? Therefore, Hanuman decided that she could not be Sita. He saw many kinds of women, but he did not see Sita. If Sita were alive, would she be somewhere other than among all these women? Hanuman suspected that Sita might have committed suicide. He feared whether, after making such an effort, he would have to return at last without seeing Sita. Hanuman resolved to search the rest of Lanka. There were many houses apart. There were some mansions, and in some houses, there were underground cellars. Hanuman entered all the houses and searched everywhere for Sita. Finally, he searched the streets, pavilions, platforms, and even the wells. He also thought that perhaps Sita had not reached Lanka at all, or that while Ravana was bringing her, she might have fallen midway or into the sea. If he returned without seeing Sita, Rama would die. Rama's brothers would die. Sugriv and Angada would die. Therefore, he must not leave Lanka until Sita was found. He determined that it would be better to stay here in some forest eating fruits and, in the event he could not see Sita, to undergo a fast unto death. The night was coming to an end. As Hanuman leaped over the rampart and looked around, he saw the Ashoka garden. It occurred to him that he could search for Sita there as well. Looking from the rampart, it was known that in the Ashoka garden, along with Ashoka trees, there were mango trees, champaka trees, other trees, densely entwined vines, and various kinds of birds. Hanuman began to run over those trees like an arrow released. Due to his speed, the trees shed flowers, and birds flew away making noise. Passing over those trees, he shed leaves and fruits, making the trees bare, and threw the vines into disarray. In the Ashoka garden, there were many kinds of beautiful structures. There were artificial trees and stepwells. In one place, there was a pleasure mountain. It was surrounded by trees. On it were stone houses. A river was flowing down from its top. Far from that river, a lotus pond was visible. There was an artificial lake with cool water. It had steps made of gems. Pearls were poured like sand. Around it were beautiful trees and great mansions. Hanuman saw a Shimshupa tree with thick leaves and golden platforms. He was surprised to see some golden trees and an Ashoka tree among them. Whenever they moved in the wind, the sound of small bells was heard. He climbed the Shimshupa tree and thought, "This Ashoka garden is so beautiful, Sita will certainly come here every day. She likes wandering in the woods. This garden is suitable for her to wander, and this reservoir is also suitable for her to bathe. This is a very appropriate place even to grieve while thinking of Rama. Sita is suitable for this garden, and this garden is suitable for Sita. If only she is alive, she will not fail to come here. I shall surely see her as well." Chandamama Ramayanam, Part 32 is complete. For now, Swasti.